Greetings and salutations. Well, fellas, I got bad news. That sounds like it's coming from the bottom end. Well, I don't know what I'm gonna do. If only I had another XJ with a good motor in it. I didn't want to do it, guys, but I don't have a choice right now. I don't have the cabbage to do an engine remanufacture. I just don't have the money. So it's Sunday today. And you start tearing into this. I really wish that dually was running right now so I could get it out of the driveway. You know, leave this here and put the other one over there. But maybe that's what I'll do. I'll try to bleed these. Anyway, if I can bleed the clutch tonight, I'll get on this thing first thing in the morning. Either way, the engine's got to come out of this. So that's this week's project. So the dually's on hold again. Man, when it rains, it pours. Change of plans. I've been dinking with this thing all day long, and I'm having a hell of a time getting the transmission bolts that bolt the transmission onto the engine. Having a hell of a time getting those out. And typical Mopar, you got to use 3 different size fasteners. And I love these old XJs, but man, it's like they figured out how to pack 10 gallons of shit into a 5-gallon bucket. I mean, there's no room for nothing. So right now, anyway, I need a vehicle. I need to get one of these up and running before the end of the week. And I figured the easiest thing to do was strip the freaking parts, the front end, off this and transfer it over to that. Now I'm not going to have air conditioning for a minute. Got everything on. I got to bolt the bumper down yet. I just put the bumper on. But I'm going to put coolant, or at least water, in the engine, and I'm going to take it for a drive and make sure the transmission in this thing works. And if everything checks out, then I'll be putting that one on the road, and this one will be driveway fodder. I'm having a hell of a time getting the clutch in that dually bled. I laid under the damn truck in and out forever this morning, for about 2 hours, trying to bleed that thing. And I can get the thing to apply pressure to the throwout bearing, just enough to push the throwout bearing into the clutch, but that's about it. So if you got any tips, let me know. I know that when I did this almost 20 years ago, I had a hell of a time with it then too. So I'm gonna get it cleaned up here, and I'll get back at it in the morning. So I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. How you doing? Back to work. Well, I noticed a couple of things. Number one, the power steering pulley's bent, so it wobbles. When I was filling up the radiator, the thermostat housing leaks. It leaks right here, and down at the bottom. Looks like somebody got in there with some blue RTV. Back to work. What's up? Okay, after taking a little bit of a nap to mend my migraine, actually before I took my nap to mend my migraine, I was trying to fix this leak here, and I've discovered why it was leaking. That bolt right there, where it screws into the head, the boss is split. So this particular bolt, it goes into a blind hole. It doesn't go all the way into the water jacket. Right now that's just barely tight. It just spreading that crack, and it won't bite, and the bolt's bottomed out. So what are my options? Well, I could take the head off and have it welded. It's usually not going to work. I can't drill it out because it's cracked, and it's just going to continue to crack. I could swap heads with the other engine. Well, why would I put 300,000 mile heads on a 150,000 mile engine? I might end up having to drill that out all the way through the water jacket and just use thread sealant to get into some good metal and drive this one until it blows up too. The thing that sucks about having old iron is I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vehicles. I've got 5 vehicles that don't work right now. This one works kinda, not all the way. I'm not having a very good day. I still haven't done anything today with this, just because I want to get this thing ready to go, and if I can even get it ready to go. Before I discovered that head had a crack in it right there where it's just where the boss for the bolt goes. Before I discovered that, I went and bought an air conditioning condenser off of Amazon if you're interested in purchasing a condenser from Amazon, the link is down in the description. Oh, the other thing I did is I got rid of that cold air intake, because it's just an air filter that's stuck inside this steaming hot engine compartment, and any gains that may be realized by freeing up airflow is negated by heat soak. So I put this back on, right? Actually, back on. I put this from the green Jeep into here. I did top this thing off. I gotta run it and circulate the water through the engine block and see if that worked. But I suspect as soon as it starts to build a little pressure, it's going to start leaking again. I did use some RTV on both sides of that gasket, so maybe I'll get lucky and it'll hold for a little while anyway.
Moments later.
Well, the good news is I just drove it around the block. I got it up to temperature and it's not leaking, so there's that. The transmission shifts into all gears, including overdrive. It doesn't slip. I'm going to check the fluid levels right now, because I haven't added any since I bought the thing, and of course the transmission cooler lines were off, and we pissed a bunch of tranny fluid all over the floor. So I'm going to do that, and then I think I'm going to move this out the way and see if I can't get the dually running. Maybe clean up that corner over there and get the dually moved over there, so I can get these Jeeps in the driveway, get my car back in the garage, because I don't want to leave this thing outside. It's been one of those days. I got up at 5:30 this morning. I was out here at 5:45, working on this thing, and then just everything kind of went to hell in a handbasket today. So tomorrow I'll get out here and see if I can't get this thing out of here. Get the engine out anyway and get this Jeep out of my garage. So that's it for today. Stay tuned for the continuing saga of broken Jeeps and derelict vehicles. It's days like this I wish that I didn't. Such is life, I guess. Hey, if you didn't have shitty days, you wouldn't appreciate the good ones. So if you are enjoying my misery, just hammer away at that like button. That would bring me some joy anyway. If you thought it sucked and it was a complete waste of your time, let me take this opportunity to beg for your forgiveness. It certainly wasn't my intention. Share this video with the vast social media network if you're so inclined. If you haven't subbed yet, now's as good a time as any to do it. And then click that bell icon right next to the sub button, so that you'll be notified of future uploads. And until next time, you have fun, stay safe, shoot straight, keep your powder dry, and have a splendid day. I need to go take a shower. Thanks for watching.